the no-wheel drive 229. And I know a lot of people have been asking me and Cal, you know, kind of just like our stories, what we do for a living, how we got into cars, what cars we've had before, and, you know, questions like these. And we are gonna make a video about that coming up in the very near future. However, today I just kind of wanted to talk about my last car, because that's kind of a longer story that won't fit into any of the other videos. So I just wanted to make, you know, kind of a quick video more in depth about that story and why I chose the BMW. So my last car was a E90 335i BMW. Now that's the one with the N54 engine, the twin turbo, the one that actually has two twin turbos and not twin scroll, which is what they went to after that. And basically the reason I really wanted that car at the time, it made sense. I wasn't trying to see how to put it. Financially, it kind of made more sense at the time. I didn't quite have as much expendable money as I do now. So, you know, a car around $20,000 is really, you know, all that I wanted to go. At the time, I had an Acura TL. It was a really good car, but it was not fast at all. And so I wanted the 335 because I'm not sure if you all know, but that N54 engine is legendary. Like, you can mod the crap out of it and it will not die. Even on stock internals, you can blow it, you can put a bigger turbo on it, you can tune it to death, you can do whatever you want to do, and that engine will just keep going. And for the money, it's probably one of the fastest cars you can get, because with just getting the car, which now, I mean, you can get them for even 10,000, 15,000, 20,000. I wouldn't do that though, I'm gonna get to that, but definitely 20,000 will get you a decent one. And for like maybe $1,000, you can have one of the fastest cars on the road, period, because those cars, those engines are so tune friendly, and it's so easy to get a whole lot of power out of that N54 engine with a simple JB4 tune, downpipes, an intake, and you know, you're gonna be beating supercars, really, especially down low. Man, certain supercars, I ain't gonna say supercars, but you'll definitely be one of the fastest cars on the road, pushing 400 or 500 horsepower easily, and you know, not really have to worry about blowing the stock internals. So that's why I wanted to get that car. I was getting more into the car scene. Like I said, when I first got the Acura, I was like I was 19, so I wasn't as into cars. I just wanted a nice car, and the TL was definitely that. But I was getting more into the going fast, the car scene at this time, and so I wanted to try the 335i. However, the one I got, and the reason I got the E90, I wanted 4 doors at the time. I'm not sure why, but I don't know. So when I started looking for 335s, me and Calvin, we were looking all around like the city of Atlanta, you know, saw some different ones. We ended up pulling up to this place in Noonan, and they had what seemed to be a pretty good one. Me and Cal checked it out. We took it for a hard test drive. We didn't see any oil leaking or anything, and so it seemed like, you know, a pretty good buy. However, I made a pretty big mistake, and I did not get a PPI on it. So I ended up getting the car. I think it was like 16. Ended up getting the car, and like everything went wrong after like 2 months. For those 2 months, it was really fun. It was really fast, even stock. And the one I had, the previous owner had already put an intake on it, which doesn't increase the power a whole lot, but on those engines, actually more so than most cars. So, you know, it was definitely a quick car. It was an auto, but it was definitely fun, and definitely miles quicker than the Acura, which felt like, you know, a super slow car compared to the 335i. So turns out I got that, and 2 months later, just all types of things went wrong. Took it to BMW. They were trying to charge like out the wazoo, and I had gotten a warranty, an aftermarket warranty, when I purchased the car, which is another reason why I didn't get a PPI, because I was like, I have a warranty, so it really doesn't matter. However, the particular warranty company that the dealership used, which is Warrantech, I'm gonna call them out because they're crap, they're garbage. They turned out to be garbage. They didn't want to fix anything. They went through a whole lot of riffraff, trying not to fix stuff. Like, they would hold your car up for days saying they have to send somebody to inspect it, even though the dealership already said that's what's wrong. And it would take like 3-4 days for them to send somebody out, so the car would have to stay there, because if you took it out of the shop and then came back, then they could say, oh well, you did it or something. It was just a whole lot of riffraff, and so they ended up not wanting to pay for anything, which was gonna leave me footing all those bills, and I was like, heck no. So it turns out that it was cheaper for me to just get rid of it than try to fix all the crap that the warranty company refused to fix. And so that is why I ended up getting out of the E90. I was fortunate enough that it didn't kill me, because, you know, I don't spend all my money on a car, so I have, you know, money saved up or extra money at the end of the month. So it was cheaper just to take some of that, and rather than use that to fix the car, it was cheaper to just trade it in and, you know, let the dealership deal with that, and take that money and put it down on a new car. And I ended up putting it down on the Audi, but it didn't really help. It ended up just eating away at the negative equity that I already had from trading cars in back to back. So that's pretty much all that did, but it definitely helped to, you know, keep me somewhat not totally underwater. But that's the story. And I didn't want to sell it privately, because I just didn't feel like that was the honorable thing to do, you know, knowing so much crap was wrong with the car. I think the BMW, like, if I did everything, which all of the stuff they were trying to do wasn't totally necessary, but it was like $10,000 worth of stuff that BMW was trying to, that they said was wrong with the car. And so I didn't want to sell it to somebody like privately, because I just felt like that's not the right thing to do. I feel like that'll bring bad omens back on me, and I didn't want those car guy omens on me. So took it to the dealership, and they obviously knew what was wrong with it. They still took it. And so that is pretty much the story of why I wanted the 335i, how it was for the short time I got to enjoy it, and why I ended up getting rid of it. And by the way, the problem I kept having is it would long start rather. And that was quite embarrassing. And then sometimes it just wouldn't even start. And so it was very aggravating. It was probably the most aggravating experience of my car life so far. So that's just, you know, kind of a more in-depth spiel on my E90 N54 experience. But definitely, if you get a good one, guys, I would definitely check that out if you want, you know, kind of some budget fun and some budget speed. Because like I say, you can, if you get a PPI, if you get a good one, do your homework, and just spend maybe $500 modding it, then you're gonna have a beast of a car on your hands. So for all you all who, you know, like I say, looking for some fun, some performance, don't want to spend a whole lot of money, definitely check out the 335i's. Definitely check them out. But can't think of anything else really to add. That's pretty much my story. So I'm sticking to it, and it's been D, No Wheel Drive 229. We got some reviews coming up. We got some other car stuff coming up. You know how we do it. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. It's been D, No Wheel Drive 229. Have a good day.